Let me turn this down some. Hopefully you all can hear me. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my return supporters and welcome to supporters. And if the clouds watching, you all see the title and you see in red. This is about the manosphere, and this is going to be educational as well as probably some entertainment. And I'm not even going to. Hey, LaShan, what got me seeing red? But I'm going to go into what got me seeing red. I'm sure you know that. Yeah, you know this person, AJ seeing red. You know AJ seeing red, so that's why Rainy Woman is seeing red. So, actually, I was thinking I might do a roast, right? I thought I might really just come on but I don't want to do that, AJ seeing red. I don't really want to do that. I could, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to take this opportunity to actually talk about the manosphere and address some of the things that's been said and address you all that I didn't send for in my video that I did about Reg the bad guy in that roasting session. And I really did ask very politely that if I don't send for you, not to come for me. I very politely asked that if it does not apply, to let it fly, which it really seems kind of weird for me to say that as a woman, because that's something that men say in the manosphere. If it don't apply, let it fly. Yet for whatever reason, you men that say that don't know how to apply that same rule to yourself. And you appear to get in your feelings, which I honestly just do not understand. So you wanted to be sure, or you said that you hoped that I would listen to your message, that I would get your message, AJ, seeing red. So I got it. And not only did I get it, but I did invite you over. I sent you the link to this stream. I also sent the link over to Reg the Bad Guy, because I really don't have to talk about you behind the scenes and behind your back, because I'm actually a sharpshooter and I'm actually a straight shooter. So, like I said before, I really don't do subliminals. I'm direct. One of the things I like about me is that I am direct. So I sent both of you the link and invited you to come on over if you would like. You said in one of your in your last stream, AJ, regarding women, that you were open to having a discussion and address talking points, right? So, and like I said, you wanted to make sure that I got your message because you had some choice words for Rain and Woman. Now, AJ, I really could go all out and call you out your name and get emotional as well as you did. But what would be the point? There really would be none. For me, anyway, there'd be zero benefit. So I'm not going to play the ether beat. I'm not going to go in. I'm not even going to roast. I may definitely get some satire in there and some sarcasm there, but that will more than likely happen. But um, but I'm not going to go into the. First of all, I don't typically just yell and get into yelling matches with men whose flag that I'm not under, and where there is no emotional investment. But before I go any further, let me talk a little bit about where some of this confusion may have started. Good afternoon, Miss Chantel, and good afternoon, Susie Q. So what I'm going to actually pull up here, because this is very, very important. I'm going to pull up the About Me section of my channel. And I'm pulling that up so that I can read that because that's going to be very important in understanding and trying to lay out some of this confusion. Can you all hear me okay, by the way? Let me like my own stream. Good afternoon, Paul. Good afternoon. Can you all hear me okay? So, about Rain and Woman, there is a particular part in this where I say, also, I'm here to support, learn, share, grow, be entertained, and for tips on anything that I deem useful. Again, also, I am here to support, learn, share, grow, be entertained, and for tips on anything that I deem useful. Then there is another part where I break some things up, and included in that is laughter, creativity, and love. So, why is that important for this? Why is that important? I'm going to tell you why that's important. Number one, that's important because that really does explain how I move and that I do move around and that I have multi purpose on being on YouTube, many purposes for being on YouTube, and many purposes for reasons that I come around certain channels. Not all of them are the same. I don't put them all in the same box because Rain and Woman cannot even be fit into one solid box besides her own box. And while I'm being entertained for whatever reason, some of you seem to have got in your feelings. And if you didn't get in your feelings, if we didn't get emotional, we would not be here. I would not be here right now today talking about emotions and you're being in your feelings. Because while I was laughing and hashtagging and being petty, um, really being sarcastic and utilizing being creative utilizing satire from something that came up around conversations around y'all when y'all brought up my name, you all brought up my name. I didn't bring up yours because I was actually busy living life and kind of doing things that I need to do. I literally took a little break from over Reggie's channel for a little while, popped in once in a while, but for whatever reason, you all seem to have wanted to put reigning woman's name in your mouth. So, since you had my name in your mouth, and I really didn't even take it, honestly, I didn't even take it like no big deal. Honestly, I made light of it. I made fun of it. I made fun with it. And in my making fun with it, along with Tioba, who's also in the chat room now. And by the way, good afternoon, Ruminant Melanoid, and good afternoon, Tioba, Petty Bay. Good afternoon. While we were making light and actually having fun and hashtagging Petty Bay, for some strange, awkward, unexplainable reason, people really seem to take our hashtag and make it personal and make it more real, and actually somewhat make it about them. And I have no idea how that could possibly happen. Furthermore, I really have no idea and while that was happening, I really have no idea why you would make that happen with someone when, according to your own talking points, Raining Woman is at the wall. Probably done hit the wall, backed up, turned flips over it, got some bruises and scathed, and um, wouldn't even be someone that you would want in your eyesight. Not anyone that whose vibrations you'd be even checking for. So I don't even understand, just on that talking point alone, why my hashtag Petty Babe would cause any of you to get in your feelings or try to figure out the seriousness or the depth of it. Or try to even say, well, we told you so, and no, see over, don't do it, and don't get involved with these women on YouTube, and we told you about it, and we be talking behind the scenes, and the blah, 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 blah. What was really startling, really startling, is the intensity of the reaction. Not even responses, but the intensity of the reaction. Now, when a person reacts, usually they are out of control of their feelings. Being reactionary means there has been there is a loss of control of your power and your feelings. And somehow you gave that to me. I didn't take that from you. Somehow you gave that to me. AJ, you were so affected by my roast and my rant at Reg the Bad Guy that was direct at Reg the Bad Guy. You were so affected by me saying that some of the people in his audience are slow, so slow that they are in agreement with him, with his reactions when he loses control of his emotions, and accuse myself and Siova of hacking his stream. And even when I said, not all, but enough, but not all. And if it doesn't apply, then let it fly. I even said, if I don't come for you, it would be wise to not send for me. And you were so affected while you were lurking in the clouds. And you're probably lurking in the clouds now, along with my with my favorite bestie stalker, CO. You're probably lurking in the clouds now, but you're welcome to come down. You're just not welcome to yell and go into no raging, uncontrollably animalistic rant or rage on my channel. But you're able to come in from the clouds. That is if you're not at work, because as also, if you didn't know, see, Rain and Woman actually has quite a bit of time when I choose to take time, because Rain and Woman doesn't have a job. So I have quite a bit of time. I'm not running around chasing behind a bunch of kids behind various daddies because I don't have any children. Um, Not running around trying to chase after men that don't want me, or not nurturing a husband because I don't have one. So I really have quite a bit of time. So I'm here. Hi, Mohanam. Hi, Donna, just being real. But you were so affected by it, you could not wait. You were anxious to go get on the panel when Reg the bad guy chose not to even apologize yet to see over RI for his accusation of hacking his stream. That is, you were so affected, AJ, it sounded like you were going to cry. Like, if not crying because I broke your heart, because that can't be the case, because you and I have never had not even a single conversation in a back chat. We've never spoken on the phone. Um, we've never had any real contact besides you actually coming over here on my channel and actually partaking in some of the petty and having fun. And I guess somewhere along the way, you lost your way. Somewhere along the way, you lost your way. But I don't understand how you were so affected by that even if you were if you were so upset that your rage was bringing you to tears because of the rage, how someone like myself that you would not even be checking for could have you that much in your emotions, and yet you call yourself red pill. Now, if that's the red pill rage, then I guess I would get it. I would admit that I would still find it strange that a man in your age bracket still does not have control over his emotions. It was really kind of eerie AJ, seeing red. But it must have, whatever I said though, it must have resonated with you because hit dogs holler. See, it's really weird that growing up, um, and when I used to be around in the club scenes and hanging out in parties, and sometimes you hear those rap songs and they have they have the lyrics about calling women bees and hoes and freaks and all of that. It's really weird how I never really got offended by those songs so much that I had to get upset and start a fight over it or anything like that, because I knew that it didn't apply to me. It wasn't anything that I purchased. And therefore, no need for me to get my panties in a bunch. And yet, once again, here we are, where men in what they call a manosphere, where men are supposed to be teaching and supporting and assisting other men and other young men how to be men, it's rather funny that these men have a saying, if it don't apply, let it fly, when women enter the chat room that they can't apply that to themselves. So when I called some of the people when I said that some of the people in audiences in Reg the Bad Guy's audience are slow and have slow talking points and meet on certain slow levels, if it didn't apply to you, why were you damn near in tears and so anxious to get on the platform, on the panel, so that you can call reigning woman the B word? Now let's be clear here, AJ, seeing red. You calling me the A word is simply that. Let's say that I am that, okay? Let's say that I am that B. Now what? What else you got? What now what? What else? I will be waiting for you to, for you to share whatever else you got. Because see, that is a weak arsenal. Weak. That's very, very, very lame. Oh, happy belated birthday, happy birthday, Susie Q. You mentioned something about you're gonna keep your boots on their neck. Well, AJ, seeing red, I'm not quite sure how you're keeping your boots on my neck because I sleep very comfortably in my king size bed. And I'm not under your flag. We literally have zero attachment. There is literally zero emotional investment on my end for you to be able to have your boots on my neck. So how is that working out for you, AJ? I don't really even see how it's red pill to even argue or want to go back and forth with a woman that's not under your flag or doesn't carry your crest. Now, granted, I'm not a man, and granted, I'm looking at things probably from a feminine perspective as well as logical. But be that as it may, I don't see it. Maybe this is something going on in the manosphere. There's a lesson in the manosphere, in the Negro manosphere, that I simply missed. And if someone could please direct me to the right channel to get that answer, I will gladly get over there and listen in. Take a listen so I can get that lesson gladly. But you also went so far as to say something along the lines, and she's fake. And we've been trying to tell you guys, and they've been trying to tell us about her behind the scenes about her being fake. Well, I like to ask you to really point out just exactly what is fake. Now, somebody mentioned that it's my voice, that my voice is fake. Interesting. I'm able to do this for a very long time. Hold on a second. Hey, Dad. Yeah. Can you please come here for a minute? It's not urgent, so you don't have to rush. No, I'm trying to get up. Thank you, Dad. Okay, I'm up. Okay. Uh-huh. Come here, please. The way that I'm talking right now, this is this my voice?
Yes.
Is this how I always sound?
Yes.
Are you lying?
No.
Am I paying you to say this?
No.
Have I always had a soft voice?
Yes.
It used to be more high pitched than this, huh?
Yes.
Like this is my grown up voice, huh?
Yeah. I mean, at your age, you still talk like you're 16 or 17 years old. Just your voice.
Thank you, Dad.
All right.
Oh, wait. So I don't call you back in here. I grew up in a loving home, right?
Yes.
Okay. And did I grow up in a house where women bashed men?
No.
Okay. Did I? My brother is loved, right? My brother is loved, right?
Right.
Yeah. We have a good relationship, you and I, right?
True.
And my brother had a good relationship with our mom.
Yes.
I have a good relationship with my brothers, right?
Right.
You would say that I love them, would you not?
I should hope so. Yes.
And would you say that they love me back?
Yes.
Okay. Would I need to go outside to have someone to tell me that I'm beautiful?
No.
Would I need to be online so that someone could tell me that I'm beautiful?
No. Why should you?
Thank you, Dad. That's all.
All right.
So I have a dad in my life. That's your pops. He don't count. He's supposed to do that. Oh, my pops absolutely does count. You know what? Hold on. I have tea waiting for me. Give me a second. Let me go get my tea and I'll be right back. But I'll check out this music before while I go on this break. I swear I love this song. I swear on everything, heaven above and beneath, I love this song. So you guys got an opportunity to hear my dad come and make a report on my voice. And you also got a chance to hear my dad say that the men around me, my brothers, and then just my brothers and my dad, are loved, grew up in a loving home, and want to respect. So I'm not broken. I don't come, I'm not, I don't have that kind of baggage that would make you guys want to attack and say, well, she needs a daddy. Or what is it? I need your validation. Or I don't really love black men, I guess. I don't really support black men, I guess. And I would never put my brothers or my dad in unnecessarily in harm's way. So exactly which one of my talking points would you be able to attack and punch a hole in, AJC and Red? Exactly how do I prove your point, AJ? Just what about me is fake, AJC and Red? That's what I would like for you all to address. And I like you to do it in a intellectual way. Reg the bad guy said, and Raymond Woman is 50 years old and running around here with C over. Okay, so Reg the bad guy, I never tried to be anything other than what I am. I never tried to say I was a teenager, so were you calling yourself exposing me by saying that I am 50 years old? And by the way, I'm not 50 yet. Mr. Old Man at the wall, because you've hit the bridge. You have, darling, you have hit the wall. As a man, you have hit the wall. I was just letting that marinate that you hit the wall. Okay, so if I'm at the wall and you wanted to bring up that CEO was running around with this woman at the wall, what does that have to do with you, Reg, the bad guy? If that were to be so, and it's not. So just like we called you, just like I'm not gonna put Sylvia in this part, just like I called you the gossip guy channel. You're running around here saying some things that simply are not true. Like that's what gossip is. Gossip guy. But even if that were the case, what does that have to do with you, Reg, the bad guy? And what would that have to do with you accusing us of a malicious cyber crime that people can actually do time for? See, AJ, while you were so busy being in your feelings about me doing the stream, I guess you missed the part that I was also accused of this hack, and maybe I wasn't supposed to respond or anything. You was okay with over responding, and maybe I didn't have to say anything, because one thing is for sure. Let me tell you one thing that I know for sure is that over can definitely handle his own, and that's proper, and that's a lot more than what I can say for some of you all. Siova doesn't really need you guys' approval, your validation. He doesn't need your support in order for him to hold down his own. So he did not really need Rainbow to say anything. So I didn't say anything just based off Siova. I said things for me, as well as taking a personal offense against someone that I support being accused of something that I know is very serious. Mika B, sweetheart, hi, it's good to see you. I'm going to give you a look. Say something else, Mika B. Say something else, Mika B. So, where was I? Oh, so you were not really okay with me responding the way that I did, right? And Oh, I was talking about how Silver can handle his own. Yeah, Silver got this, John. Hey, Tyrone. Silver got this. Silver got this. Whether I support him or don't support him, whether y'all support him or don't support him, I promise you, Silver got this. Mika B, thank you. You're dressed in blue, darling. You're dressed in blue. And I know I'm not a man, so I can't really validate you the way they say that you need validation, but you're dressed in blue in my chat room. Mika B, you are all right with me. So while you were all upset about that, and yet you're still all your reaction could be was, and she's a bee. Now, am I just a bee because of me being a woman? Is that just what makes me a bee? I mean, I don't really get it. And always because I called some people slow. Oh, so let's talk about the being slow, right? Number one, the reason why I call Riggs the bad guy slow, number one, is because for some reason there is a mistake for commentary versus gossip. And while Riggs the bad guy does do some commentary, a majority of his work is gossip. Now, on my other stream, I actually broke down the definition of gossip and commentary. I'm not going to do that here. Look it up for yourself. You know how to use the Google it. Google is your friend. Another reason I said that is because sometimes, unfortunate thing, but sometimes he reads a lot of things wrong. Now, the thing about it is that that's not really a great big deal, if because no one ever said that Reg was a teacher, an educator, right? And a lot of us can miss some words along with, a few other things. But sometimes even just the perspective. But the real slowest thing, the slowest thing that really brought the slow out was when we hashtag Petty Bay and you guys took that serious. And first of all, he thought we were hashtagging Pretty Bay. Pretty Bay. Not Petty Bay, Pretty Bay. And no matter how many times he read it, he read Pretty Bay. We were not the only ones that caught that. But then to add to that, he really thought that because Over and I were hashtagging Petty Bay, which wasn't even for a long time. You guys got in your emotions about us hashtagging Petty Bay in a very short time. Like really quickly. Like it hasn't even been, I don't think we've been hashtagging Petty Bay even for a month. So I actually got in, now I will admit, I got in my fifis, but I'm a woman. I am more emotionally charged than what a man is. So I got in my fifis when I was even addressing it with the slow. Okay? Right. I even admitted that then. I did. Oh, by the way, hey, so provider. Hey, petty side bay. Zero to infinite. Hello, petty side bay. So, you guys got in your feelings about that. Reg really, Reg really had this look, and it's like he's really trying to figure out what's going on with Rain and Woman and Silva and how could they really get involved. That was the fact that you took a hashtag Petty Bay seriously equals slow. That by itself equates to enough to be called slow. And then that you were able to get other people to say the same thing. Y'all, that's slow. Something else that got me to say, to mention this slowness was the unwillingness and the inability for grown men to just challenge someone's talking points when they don't seem to be very logical, to me is slow. Now get this, it's really my opinion. It's my opinion. There is nothing ever stated that it is based on facts. And with me being in my feelings don't even equate to facts. So then that kind of goes back to me, using the term, and when I was doing ether, dumb nuts. Because for you to take any of that seriously, for you to get in your feelings as men about that, even the more so makes it dumb nuts. Okay? Yeah. Even that, the fact that I even feel like I have to, as a woman, even have this kind of dialogue, to me makes it, for a man that's supposed to be fully logical and thinking, which I am not going to retract my statement when I said that that's not thinking black men. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you are, but in my opinion, that is not a thinking black man. Yeah, I said it. I did. Not gonna take that back because I haven't heard anything otherwise. I haven't. But see, I thoroughly loved going to Rich the Bad Guys channel for entertainment. I really did. And I did like, I can't lie, I did like some of the discussion. I really did. I won't, I'm not, I wouldn't be over there if I didn't. Rainy Woman does not go anywhere in her personal life, like my real life outside of YouTube. I know it is hard to perceive, but Rainy Woman really does have a life outside of YouTube. I know you can't fathom it. I know it is hard to imagine, but no, I really do. So in my real life, I go places that entertain me. So I do the same thing on YouTube. Yeah. So if I'm there, it certainly is because it's something there that I want, even if it's for a moment, right? But here's the thing, I separate my entertainment from my education. Every once in a while, I get a chance to get them both. But I'm going to tell you, it's not at Reg the Bad Guys channel. Reg the Bad Guys channel is the channel that I come to for gossip, what's going on in YouTube, and just for a break in the monotony when it's like that. But also, when there are times when it gets toxic, I just go ahead and get out. There are some toxic talking points over there too. And Rainy Woman, I know how to move my feet. I know how to move my keyboard, move my mouse. And for whatever reason, and this again goes into being slow, in my opinion, and it definitely falls into dumb numbnuts. You guys had the audacity to say, but I was coming around for your validation. If I was coming around for your validation, why would I not keep coming around for your validation? Your point was, I get my validation from C Ova. C Ova is one man. If there are more men at Reg the Bad Guys channel, why would I not continue to go over to Reg the Bad Guys channel to get the validation from there versus getting validation from one man over at C Ova's channel? C Ova doesn't even stream every day. Hi, Talia. See, Over does not stream every day. and he's one person. You have a whole lot of males at your channel, Reg the Bad Guy, and you stream 2, 3 times a day. See, Ova will go do a stream and he might be on maybe 30 minutes on his lunch break. Reg the Bad Guy, unless you do an upload, you're almost guaranteed to do a stream for at least an hour because number one, you're going to bring other people onto the panel. Because you very rarely, if ever, do a whole stream for more than 10 minutes by yourself. So why would I not continue to come over to your channel for the validation? Furthermore, you're only one channel. So why would I not go to like all of the, there's tons of male channels that I could continue to go to, right? Just to get the validation. So why make it make sense that I would go over to someone that does not stream every day and does not do long streams to get my validation? Make that make sense. And you probably can, so I'm going to go ahead and move along. Secondly, why would I want to come over there to continue to get validation? Why would I even think I could get validation there when the men over there on that channel has made it clear that you're done with the American Black woman and you have so much pain from your previous experiences that why would a woman of any maturity, and I am mature, I'm not just mature in age. I have a mature mentality. In spite of Petty Bay. I have a mature mentality. So why would a woman of knowledge, a woman of maturity, why would she seek the validation of men that say that they are not interested in the American Black woman and they're still dealing with the pain from their previous relationships? Make it make sense. And why would I have to do that? Why would I have to do that online? You don't think that there's not broken men walking around? I'm in the Houston area. Do you not think that there are a slew, a whole a heap of men in the Houston area that I could have broken relationship conversations with? If I just needed the validation and the attention? But for no one to even challenge that makes them slow and dumb numbnuts. Okay? Yeah, I said it. For no one to be willing to challenge even that. For no one to challenge you guys saying that Raining Woman is fake and not have anything to back it up. Like, I'm still waiting on what you have to back that up with. That I'm like, what am I fake about? I think it's slow. And I think it's dumb numbness, and I think you have to be a serious nut hugger, and I think it's dumb to hug the nuts of men. I do. I'm not taking that back. And I didn't wait to say that here. I actually said that over in Reggie's channel more than once. And I even said it on the panel. So that's not new that I feel that way. Men who will support men just because they're men, no matter what they say, even if it doesn't make sense, to me is a nut hugger. So provide a nut hugger. I have so provide a nut hugger game. Raining Woman, why would I need validation on YouTube when I have a guy wanted to take me to Hawaii in January because he wanted me to be his woman? See, I don't talk about the men chasing me in real life. Mika B, look, I get it. Girl, I understand. I get it. I don't, yeah, like you don't really have to, because we're not here talking about what we might be producing or what might be pursuing us or we might be pursuing, in our real life means we're lonely. Again, that's low. And that's what I would call again dumb numb nuts and men hugging nuts. Just for the sake of being a nut hugger. Like, I think it's slow and I think it's dumb that you can't even explain to anybody else why you would hug onto nuts so damn hard. And it's not and make it make sense without making it sound gay. I think it's dumb and I think it's slow. I think it's dumb and I think it's slow. I think it's dumb and I think it's slow. I think it's dumb. I think it's slow for grown men to want to call another man their master teacher. On that note, I'm going to sip some tea. I, I said again, I think it's dumb and I think it's slow for grown men to want to call another grown man, hell, another man, period, their master teacher. And then on top of that, once, and then on top of that, expect a woman to want to follow them. Expect a woman to take on your leadership when you're running around here calling another man your master teacher. It's one thing to give someone respect because they mentor you or you learn something from them, and to even honor that. But I swear on life, it's something different to call them your master teacher. And I could never. Yeah. I was calling somebody in my phone that I know is a man, and I was going to ask him who is his master teacher. I was being petty. I got the call. Yeah, I was really about to ask someone, so who's your master teacher? And the reason why I was choosing to ask him because his response would be off of the freaking chain. And anybody that heard it, I'm sure would have laughed, and I would have probably fallen out of my chair at his response. I would. It's probably a good thing he didn't answer the phone to give me that answer because I don't have a button to push to say I need help getting up. My petty side chick. Oh, I know I am. I'm turning up the petty, but there is in this petty, there is a lot of facts in this petty. A lot of facts. A lot of facts. Listen, guys. If you have a woman or you want a woman, and as a grown man, you're calling someone else your master teacher, and you expect her to step under your leadership and not be driven towards the one that you refer to as the master teacher, you are deluding yourselves. You are setting yourself up for failure. You are literally leading her away from you and to someone else. Now, those statements alone should be qualified as manosphere content. Because if you have not been told that in the manosphere, that alone ought to make you run from the manosphere because you will never keep a bitch. Excuse me. You too, Donna, just be real. You have a great day, love. How you put it? You'll never keep a woman. Never. Never. And I feel so strongly about those kind of things. Let me tell you how strongly I feel about it. Quite frankly, not even as far as a master teacher, but I don't even like the idea of a man wearing another man's name on his back. You know those jerseys? You know the jerseys, like to support your team, and they have the player's name on their back. I I don't even like that. Frankly, I'm like, shoot, I don't. If it's my man, I'm like, I do not know the man whose name is on your back. I don't care what team he played for. I don't care how many balls he ran or caught or, you know, whatever they do, landed in a basket or got across the goal or whatever he's going to do with the ball. I don't care how many ran out into the field, out the ballpark. I don't care. I will go have a customized jersey made with your name on the back. And I would certainly never. Now, when I was a kid, I spoke as a kid. When I was younger, right? So when I was younger, like in my early 20s, I actually had a jersey. I don't even remember who it was from. I had a couple of them. And, I had the name on the back or whatever. But I would not do that as a grown woman, like a grown woman. Now, no. And as a grown man, I would not. I could not see a grown man just, no. I'd be like, baby, look, I'm going to go have a customized. Hold on a second. Hey, Rob.
What's up?
How you doing? I have a question for you.
Go.
Who is your master teacher?
Who's my what?
Who is your master teacher?
Master teacher?
Yes, who is your master teacher?
No. What do you mean?
Who do you call your master? Who do you call your master teacher? What grown? Yeah, what grown man do you call your master teacher?
Nobody really. Why?
Oh, okay. Why not?
Master teacher?
Yes.
I would say the street.
The street taught you.
Yeah. Where you come up with that one from?
Well, on YouTube, there's this thing where men call another man their master teacher.
Yeah, I would. Hey, yeah. In my early years, I guess it would be my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, self-taught, I guess.
but but no other man. You wouldn't call no other man a master teacher.
You break it up. I didn't hear it.
But you wouldn't call no other man your master teacher.
Hell no.
Let me. All right. Okay, I'm gonna call you back. Okay.
What happened?
Oh, I'm not. Oh, I was actually addressing that men calling other men their master teacher, but want a woman to respect them and follow them as a leader.
Can't say I wanted to follow nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just took bits and pieces of good stuff. You know what I'm saying? From people. I wouldn't say I wanted to follow anybody.
You wouldn't say you wanted to follow anybody?
No.
Okay, well, let me finish this stream and I will definitely give you a buzz back later. Are you doing okay? All right. All right, babe. But you go ahead and work it out at the gym and we'll talk later. Okay, so I have no idea what's going on in the chat at this point. Let me try to go back up to the chat. If I see anyone as a master teacher, and that's me. I'm the only master teacher I need. See, oh, but who the? Zero incident. He said, this is going to be good. You had all the snacks out. What you say? They said we'll put them on the stream and you're going to pull up. I have never wore any clothes with a sports or music personality on it. When I was a teenager, I did put a poster of Bruce Lee on my wall. Ain't nothing happening. Mind your business. I call myself the voice sometimes. By the way, welcome, Omega Dreads. Yeah, so, oh, and y'all heard that was a man's voice, right? I wasn't somebody on YouTube that I just had to, call and get some kind of validation from, right? Yeah, and he said himself, I'm not trying to follow anybody. Yeah. But I forgot where I was though before that call. So yeah. Oh, I was at I think it's dumb. I do. I totally think it's dumb for a grown man to call another grown man, your master teacher. As if there's some form of idolatry or worship there. So back to the Jersey thing. That if my man really liked the team that much, like I would personally take my money and I would go have a customized jersey made for him so he could support his team and not wear another man's name on his back. But maybe that's extreme. Maybe that's too much submission. Maybe that's too much respect. Huh? Maybe there's too much submission, too much respect from a woman to a man, huh? How about that? Some of these dudes act more feminine than the women. Exactly. Zero the infinite. Exactly. Talia said these men have a lot of feminine traits as well, more than the women. That's my point. Exactly. And so another thing that's slow to me and is that you guys don't understand that when you're operating a lot in the feminine energy, then the women around you cannot help but act in their masculine energy, and you cannot help but attract more masculine women because you are in your feminine energy. Now, being in your feminine energy does not mean that you went and grab some energy that's not yours. No, because all of us have both masculine and feminine energy inside of us. We both contain masculine and feminine energy. The gender, based upon our gender, is the one that we're supposed to be dominant in. Doesn't mean that you can't use your other energy. It just means that one is supposed to dominate the other. And when there is anything off balance, then you act off balance. And if that itself is not being taught as well, how are they a master teacher? Like there's got to be more about being masculine than just how you view the world. There's got to be more about being masculine than just how you get vagina or if you get vagina or how you deal with not getting vagina or even the responsibility that you carry when you do get vagina or get a woman. You guys kind of mix it all together and I don't think they're all the same. Okay, Talia, I don't think getting vagina and getting women is the same thing, but you guys seem to mix it all together. And you guys can feel free to give any correction where they can be or where there is. I'm open to it because I'm not a man and I'm not over here trying to find a master teacher. I'm not even trying to find a master teacher in the so-called, if there is, a woman's field. So yeah, let me go back through the chat. So Sierra said that you're going to debate my talking points. Yeah, I really want to know like what talking points that do I have. Oh, also I want to go ahead and give a thanks. I don't want to end this without giving thanks. I would like to thank all of you. You and you. And I don't know who you are, but I want to thank all of you and you, all of you men that are talking about me behind the scenes. I thank you now that you actually are giving me some kind of promotion, and that for whatever reason, this older woman, this older Black American Babylonian woman that's not even around you, for whatever reason, is staying in your conversation, even behind the scene. Because you're not in mine. You are not in my conversation behind the scene. There might be a slight mention if there is a point or something, somebody bring up a point or something, but just talking about you behind the scene. No, so I want to thank you. Now here's the thing though. Here's the thing. If by chance you're not talking about me behind the scene, then the guys, these other males from the Gossip Guy channel, just to be clear, the Gossip Guy channel is Reg the bad guy. In case you need to, back and track any of this. So, Reg the bad guy, the Gossip Guy channel, said that behind the scenes, y'all, meaning men, were warning him about me, talking about me. At some point, I believe it was that I was fake, which we're still trying to figure out how I'm fake. Okay, we're still trying to figure that out. I don't know, like, is it my fingernail tips that's fake? Is it my hair? Somebody tried to say it was my voice, and my father has come out and clearly said that no, it's not. Oh yeah, Omega. You missed it, I guess. When I went in, I roasted some nuts. I handed out some real roasted nuts over here with Reg the bad guy. That's what I would call roasted nuts. I have one master teacher, God. Bingo. I like that, Paul Graves, because a man, especially a man of God, should always be able to lead his woman back to God. So, okay. So, once again, over at the Gossip Guy channel, Reg the bad guy, he said that y'all had been warning him behind the scenes about Rain and Woman, which means you guys, you men who are supposed to be save yourself black men, who are supposed to be men go their own way, who are supposed to be men traveling, being international, men who are supposed to be not having no desire at all for an American black woman, Babylonian woman, for none of these women over here, those men, y'all are talking about Rain and Woman behind the scenes. Now, If that's not true, then you take that back to Rex, the bad guy, over at the Gossip Guy channel, because I didn't say it. He said it. And the guys over there, no one over there challenged him saying that. They pretty much, were all in agreement. So either y'all are talking about me behind the scenes, and you have my name in your mouth. Which, by the way, I want to go ahead and thank you. I just want to thank you, man to man. I just want to thank you, Manosphere, for having my name in your mouth. I just want to thank you, Manosphere, for having my name in your mouth. Yeah, I want to thank you. But now, if it's not true, that means you have a guy, one of your own, that is lying on you. Now, I got to tell you, from the outside looking in, now, granted, it's coming from a woman, and it's coming from the same woman that supposedly y'all are warning people about. It's coming from me. So, granted that it's coming from me, it may not, what I'm about to say may not mean anything. It may not mean anything at all. But coming from me, it's not a good look. It's not a good look that you grown men are talking about a woman that you're not interested in behind the scenes. That's not a good look. Oh, but it's also not a good look that one of your own would be lying on you and saying that. If that's not true, that's not a good look. And if y'all are not willing to check each other on this, if y'all are not willing to challenge each other on this, I gotta say it. Once again, that is what I call nut hugging. Now look at here. I would understand why Obsidian, the old man, I would understand why he would be talking about me behind the scenes, or mentioning me behind the scenes. And the reason why I would understand that is because what had happened was, I think it was either King Sigma or it was Game Changer. I don't know which one. It was one of the two. Was doing a stream, and the old man, this was after the old man was going around talking about, becoming a dating coach. And I was in the chat room, and it was kind of early morning, and they had been up for like hours. Yes, Omega dress nut hugging. And so I typed in the chat. I said, I'm owning up to it. I typed, it's really weird that a man can be crying about the prom for 30 plus years, well into he's damn near elderly, and have a following of nut huggers. And wants to be a dating coach. And when I said that, and the old man was on the panel, and when I said that, he read the comment and he went off. Oh, I was instantaneously, I was all kind of bees, and it was F me and F that, and screw me and screw that, and I'm fake and my fake voice, and I mean, and now, I don't know why he got his blood pressure up like that, because it was just a comment. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yes, hello. Hi, Ulysses. Good afternoon. How are you? I'm fine. I won't take up too much more time. So I'm actually in the middle of doing a stream. Let me play them some music. Um, so I wanted to talk to you, and because I was doing something and I wanted, and I was really considerate of you guys. So because I am addressing some things with the manosphere. Okay, I'm back. So where was I before that phone call? Um, where was I before that phone call, y'all? Master teacher. Y'all, where was I before that phone? Oh, it's not a good look. Yeah, it's not a good look that y'all would be. Oh no, the old man story. Yeah, so the old man story. So yeah, so he all kinds of names, y'all, all kinds of names. And when he told me all those names and was going off, now I was like, I was very cool, calm, and collective. And I typed in the chat room again. I was like, well, as he was going off so hard that they could not, matter of fact, it was game changer, that they could not even calm him down. He went in to tell Game Changer, I've been doing this longer than what you've been doing this. Don't tell me how to run a radio show, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, and this is your dating coach. And I was like, well, that's not very masculine. And then it was kind of over, right? So basically I would understand if the old man said something about me behind the scenes because that really did upset him. And given that he does still talk about the prom 30 years later, and he still talks, and he talks about BFF every chance he gets, that may have fallen along the lines of BFF. So I would get why the old man would say that. I would not be surprised. Don't say that I agree with it, but I understand the old man enough about that. And it's chess. All of this is chess for the old man. So I expect him to play chess with this. Now, if he could only play chess with that studio, but that's a different story. See, you can't hit somebody, you can't attack somebody and then tell them how to attack you back, right? So if he threw some slugs at me and I threw slugs and I throw in a few other slugs, whatever slugs come. So what he also said, and you think nobody fell for your fake voice, that old high pitched voice, blah 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 blah. Okay, so here's the thing. Um, if that's all you guys got, if you have nothing else, your argument and your talking points are very weak. Like it's not very masculine to talk about these kind of things about one woman that you don't know, trying to make her fit into your situations that don't fit. Just because you want to make it fit, don't make it fit. And that is dumb numbnuts. And for men to not even challenge that makes you a nut hugger. Okay? Okay. Now, nut hugging is not a bad thing. If you like hugging another man's nuts, that looks good on you. I would have never. Just like I would have never checked for any woman, I would have never checked for a man that hugs another man's nuts. Okay? So we're even. You're not checking for me and I'm not checking for you. Now what? What else you got? What else you got? Anything else? I really can't understand. I can understand my bestie stalker talking about me because he is obsessed with me. C.O., Christopher O. Yeah, he's obsessed with Raining Woman. He has been stuck on me ever since the one time we were in the Game Changers chat, and he typed, because Christopher O likes to type these long messages, kind of like if you ever received a long text message from a female, you know, I mean, like 3 paragraphs. That's how Christopher O types in the chat room. So he had a long message. And in his long message, he was like something about black women don't like black men with small penises. And I saw it. So my comment was, well, black women with small breasts don't get any love. And him and Rael had something to say about that. And boy, he went in. And ever since then, he has had a thing about attacking Rain and Woman and trying to prove Rain. So I expect, and I know he's lurking too. So, Christopher, I'll thank you. I'll be looking for my next feature in your next video or the next few videos. I know. Thank you in advance. And be sure you usually do spell my name right. So you just keep on spelling my name right and you keep on with those screenshots. Okay. You keep them coming, boo. And don't be afraid to actually screenshot my channel. Okay. Let them folks know that I actually have a channel. Give me some traffic. Since you keep my name in your mouth, go ahead and give me some traffic. Okay. Because I need all the validation I could possibly get. Even from you raggedy trolls, okay? So I understand Christopher O having me in his mouth, but talking behind the scenes, I don't think he has access behind the scenes. So that goes back to Reg the bad guy. You guys that have channels talking about me behind the scenes. I really don't understand why anybody else would be talking about me behind the scenes. Now, if it's because I've done these roasting videos, and y'all really didn't think that little old rain woman could actually disagree with you, and you didn't think that rain and woman could actually put some verbs together, some whole sentences, and talk about you like y'all talk about women and like y'all talk about other people. You didn't think that I could do that. And then I showed you that I could. Oh, you didn't think that I knew how to take slugs and throw them back at you? Oh, you didn't know that I used to eat slugs for fun and spit them out at recess. So because you didn't know that I used to take slugs and then spit them out at recess, you were surprised. And that to you makes me not feminine. I'm doing this to you in a very feminine way. You don't recognize it because it looks just like you. Almost, except I'm more direct. And I don't actually have to curse you out. You've heard me disagree, so you thought that I really would not disagree with you, even though I have clearly said that there I have not met a single person on this earth that I agree with 100%, and yet for some reason you thought that I would agree with you completely? Really? Yeah. You really should be saddened and upset at yourself because you yourself were delusional. I didn't add to your delusion. All I did was come around and be me. You fed yourself some fantasy. And I hate to break it to you, but neither of you was ever a part of mine. Ever. You were not a part of my fantasy. For whatever reason, because you don't often meet, I guess, females that sound like females and can be respectful or whatever. For whatever reason, and for whatever reason, you're not prepared for a woman to disagree with you. And yet you are masculine. I question the masculinity. Now, I have given, and I have more, multiple reasons why I question your masculinity, your red pill, and the manosphere. And you have not given me any as to why you can question my femininity. Everything that you said that makes you question my femininity is, you can really see through it like it doesn't stick. Unlike oatmeal, it doesn't stick. So, yeah, you didn't think that, huh? So once again, I could see why they would, have my name in their mouth occasionally. But I don't understand you guys. I really don't. There is zero emotional investment on my part. Zero emotional investment. Now, you can't even really say, well, I don't really even respect black men or whatever. One of the phone calls that I received was because I was letting someone know what was going on because I have a lot of respect for them. Hawkingbird, Reg the bad guy, I'll call him Reg the gossip guy channel. AJ seeing red. AJ, he's probably in the clouds lurking. He's either at work lurking or he's at home somewhere lurking. And you could probably catch them over later at Reg the Bad Guy Raw channel, talking about this because I invited them here, but they didn't come here. I sent them the link. Oh, wait. So let me back up too. So I guess now everyone, I believe, heard me address Taz, go off on Taz one day while I was on the old man's panel. And he was, yes, zero emotional investment in them. Zero. I have zero emotional investment. Zero. I have 100% entertainment investment in them because it's entertaining. But I have zero emotional investment. I have zero intellectual investment. Zero. Back to what I was saying. So So one day I was getting on the old man's channel panel, and Taz was up there. And when I got on, Taz immediately went into this calling me a B and going all off, and I just went ham on right then. I met him at his level of disrespect, right? And a lot of people heard me do that. And because it was Taz, though, you like me saying your name, Zero? Silva? Zero the Infinite likes me saying his name, Zero. 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 So, but I guess because it was me and Taz going at it, that it didn't matter that I was, going off on Taz because it was Taz. So you didn't expect for me to ever disagree with you and ever come for you when you talk about me. Is that it? Okay, gotcha. Okay, so those flashes happened. hmm It happened to you. And I wasn't even, and get this, I wasn't even mad at Taz. I'm still not mad at Taz. I have zero emotional investment. And the only reason I even cursed at and spazzed at Taz is because that was the only way to get Taz attention. That was the only way to let Taz know that he was not going to bully me off of the panel like he wanted to do. That was it. I was only taking a stand. And the funny thing about that is that that's more than what some of y'all would do. hmm Yeah. See, y'all would do it kind of low key and kind of behind the back, but but very few of y'all would do that directly. But I'm not one to even go back and forth with Taz. And I didn't go back and forth with Taz, not because I couldn't, but because because there was no point. I got on the panel and we even chopped it up later and got some understanding. And then we're back at odds, but not really. The thing is that they're over there doing their thing, and I'm over here doing mine. There are some things that I actually agree with from the B1 network, but it's not most things. It's not enough for me to be there. It's not enough for me to stay there, right? And I know a lot of the females that don't like me, and I'm okay with that. And the attitudes, the atmosphere just doesn't match mine. But that's okay. But you don't see me doing a stream, getting all emotional, going at them every time I go live, every time I go somewhere, I gotta bring. No, they do their thing, I do mine. So I don't understand once again why y'all have to keep it going. Why you can't apply if it don't apply, let it fly to y'all. Why if it don't fit, you just can't move around without putting somebody's name in your mouth continuously. And yet you call yourself red pill. And yet you call yourself masculine. And I'm questioning the masculinity. Now the panel is still open. You're welcome to come over. Get out them damn clouds. And if you're gonna do a stream about it later, you really want me to see it, drop the link to your stream in my comment section, and I'll come for it. If I have time, I'll come for it because I actually got some other things to do. I've got some things that I'm working on and whatnot. But I'll make some time to come check it out if you really really want me. I'm showing you what my attention looks like when you come from me, and I didn't send for you. Intellectually, even logically, and actually emotionally and rationally controlled. Now, AJC and Red, surely you must know that if I wanted to, I could go off calling you out your name. I could, talk all about you, and all under your business and everything if I wanted to. Surely you must know that I could do that. Surely you must know if I wanted to. I mean, I won't have any bass in my voice, but surely you must know if I just wanted to yell and use curse words, AJC and Red, to get your attention. Surely you must know that I could do that. Surely you just, right? But I don't, I don't think it's worth all of that. I really don't. And once again, I really don't understand why you got so upset about someone that you're not checking for, and all you deal with is sluts. Let it be known, right? Is that what you said? And darling, I'm not a slut. So you can't. I understand wanting to keep your boots on them sluts that you deal with, Nick. But if all you attract is trash, if all you attract is sluts, then you're a slut. Now, um, being a male slut is not a good look. Being a male slut is no more a good look than what is a female being a slut. But hey, if that's what if that's what you want to assign yourself to, then hey, it looks good on you. Looks good on you. Don't look good on me. Looks good on you. Um, What else? What other talking points? Oh, Reg the bad guy has said, I am bucktooth. No, this is why we call you dumb and slow. I'm not bucktooth, you doofus. I have a gap in my teeth. There's a difference between being bucktooth and having a gap in my teeth. So I'm not doofus. I'm not bucktooth. I have a gap in my teeth. And quiet is kept. I smile real big in public. I laugh loud when I want to laugh. I don't try to hide it. Quiet is kept. It ain't never not one time stopped me from getting them in. And if any man is not attracted to the gap in my teeth, he is welcome to walk. And I promise you, I will not be mad. I'm not going to linger on it. I'm not going to lose no sleep over it. I'm not going to talk about it for no 30 years. I'm not going to do none of that. None of that. Because see, Brain and Woman actually is able to accept rejection. Now you are not able to reject me, Reg the bad guy, because you're not even subpar. For my standards. So you calling me buck tooth, you can call me ugly, you can call me mud duck, you whatever. And at the end of the day, when you're all said and done, it will not hurt my feelings. It won't stop me from getting any sleep. Won't make me any less feminine because you said so. Won't make me put any, it won't make me put any bass in my voice. My voice is not going to get all deep. You're not going to catch me on World Star Hip Hop. You're not going to be able to see me, fighting over a chicken sandwich or getting attacked, having men come throwing bricks, trying to get me out the nail salon because I'm acting up, Nah. Well, none of that happened. So the only thing you're going to have to talk about me is my voice and not agreeing with all of your points and me roasting you. That's it. Like, that's it. You got nothing else. So now what? So you put me in this little place called hell. While you're also going around lying, saying that, see, Over and I have a relationship. See, you're slandering. You're slandering and you're gossiping like a female. Like a uncontrolled female. And the fact that you get no pushback from this, see, this is why I said, and I said again, but this is the part where I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm doing this for me. It's got nothing to do with you because you're not that important. This is all about me right about now. So if you've been here lately, you already know what's about to play. My jam. But see, so this is why I said, Reg the bad guy, that you don't qualify to run a black manosphere. You qualify to provide gossip. You qualify to provide some kind of report on the beefs because you specialize in reporting on beef. You qualify to talk about what goes on around and in the Negro or the black manosphere. You qualify for that. But you don't qualify to educate anybody. You don't qualify to lead anybody. In my opinion, you lack the characteristics to qualify to run a manosphere by yourself. You do qualify to contribute in some way, because if you didn't, you wouldn't have an audience, right? So you have an audience, so you qualify to do that. But in my opinion, as a woman who respects male leadership, who has submissive values, you don't qualify for that. So the fact that you would run with the idea of a hashtag being reality and allow people to get emotional about it, the fact that you would run with the idea of accusing someone of hacking, not understanding that it's a malicious crime and the damage and the repercussions that could come from that, not understanding that makes you someone who doesn't qualify. You incomplete, you numbskull, you doofus. And anyone who is not able and not willing to challenge you, doofus. Yeah, I said it. The idea of leadership is to be led forward. The idea of leadership means you are being responsible for other people. Means you're willing to be the fall guy. Means you're willing to be responsible for whatever goes right and whatever goes wrong. It means you're willing to take responsibility and delegate whatever you cannot handle, whatever task you can handle. It means you are willing and able to delegate to the right people tasks that will fit them to help move the mission forward. Reginald the bad guy, Reggie the gossip guy channel. I doubt if you're able to handle that responsibility. I challenge that. You were unwilling to concede at the thought that See, over and I didn't hack your channel. You were unwilling to concede. Your unwillingness to concede is not the characteristic of a leader, you incomplete. Excuse me. Maybe you're not an incomplete. Maybe you just have ways like an incomplete. Maybe that's it, right? Great Britain, how can the ones looking to be led tell leaders how to lead? That is a great question. So let me answer that. Leaders recognize leaders. Even those who want to be led, they know what it is that they want in a leader. Could a slave tell its master how to treat it? Slaves, masters of slaves, are not leading slaves. Great Britain. Now make that make sense. You can't. And I'm not asking Reg the bad guy to lead me not a damn place. Great Britain. If a person doesn't know what they want to be taught, they don't know who can teach them, right? Isn't a master responsible for a slave? Listen, if you want to let Reg the gossip guy lead you, he's able. He can't lead Rain and Woman no damn well. Not a single place. Great Britain. Are you nut hugging? You came over here to nut hug? Yeah, Reg the bad guy, the gossip guy. That's what leaders do. They take responsibility. Great Britain, it doesn't take rocket science for someone to know that number one, a leader takes responsibility. Number one, a leader takes responsibility. I'm not insulting you. A leader takes responsibility. A leader must be willing and must have the knowledge that it takes to lead people in the direction of where they're trying to go. They must have a plan, a mission, and an objection. If they don't have a direction, if they don't have a mission, if they don't have a plan, if they don't have experience, if they don't have knowledge, the characteristics, they don't qualify. Does that make sense now? If you don't get it, Great Britain, then there are lots of books. There are lots of books on leaderships. How can you implement an agenda without having an agenda? How can you implement an agenda without having a mission? How, Sway? How? World responsibility that Adolf Hitler, that whole movement, that whole movement. Once again, hey, Great Britain, if Reg the bad guy qualifies to lead you, let him lead you. I said, in my opinion, he doesn't qualify. His inability to take responsibility for for accusing someone of a malicious crime lacks leadership, is a sign of lacking leadership, darling. That's one example. One. But look, I ain't in the manosphere. And I don't need a man that needs another man group in order to tell him how to be a man and how to move like a man, talk like a man, and support without ever challenging them to lead me either. That's y'all thing. Y'all, you have at it. So you know where Reg the Gossip Guy channel is? He doesn't qualify to lead you either. You're just asking questions. Well, why doesn't he qualify to lead you? Listening is a skill, just like public speaking is. Both of them should be worked on. Absolutely, Brother Rob. Thank you, Brother Rob. Absolutely. Absolutely. And where you fall short, that's true too, Jack Spade. You can't learn it all from a book. You can't learn it all from a book. But you can definitely get some guidelines, definitely. So again, in my opinion, he doesn't qualify to run a whole male manosphere, in my opinion. Lead me to the 2-for-1 section at Kroger. I'm not listening to you, see how? Yeah. So those are my thoughts. Again, if you're not willing to challenge any of that, hey, that's not very masculine. It's not willing to challenge anything. And Great Britain, I actually appreciate you asking the questions. He hasn't qualified to lead me either. I'm just asking. Jack Spade. Oh, by the way, welcome, Jack Spade. Welcome back, Jack Spade. Great Britain, I'm not sure what you're saying my thoughts exactly on. I'm not sure at all. So I did. Once again, I invited them here. They didn't come. I'm supposedly with Rex the bad guy. I'm supposedly in this little place called hell. And I don't know if you're involved, Great Britain, if you're included in the conversations behind the scenes about Reigning Woman. But, if you are, let them know their Reigning Woman is definitely open to listening to their talking points, addressing my talking points about how I'm fake and how I'm wrong. and how I prove their talking points. They can drop the link in my comment section. And when I have time, I'll get around to it. But no, when I'm saying welcome back, I mean because you're not here in all of my streams, Jack Spade. No, you're not. No, you're not. And I'm certainly, even as a woman, I'm certainly not asking them or him to lead me anywhere. Like I said, the channel is entertainment. And since I can no longer be entertained there, that's fine. I will go somewhere else and be entertained. I don't know. I was just asking Great Britain. I was just asking just in case. Maybe because you don't do content. I don't know. Good evening, O'Shea Lennox. So, yeah. Well, that's it pretty much, guys. I don't really have anything else. I've stated my opinion. Can anyone explain to me um, how someone can have their boots on my neck if they're not even around me, and how saying that is supposed to have some kind of impact or some kind of effect on me? Can anyone explain that? I'm not Great Britain. Great Britain. I am not beefing. Okay, I am not beefing at all. I'm simply addressing the allegations and the conversation that is going on around my name. That's all. But I'm not beefing. I can't beef with someone who I am not emotionally invested with. I just can't. It doesn't make sense at all. Who said Reb is the leader of the manosphere? Where the hell was he leading it from? Under his Shut up, Jack Spade. Shut up. I don't know why I started reading that out loud. Cool. Because you a damn lying bitch. Where's the beef? I know, but what am I lying about though, CO? But that's the thing, like, what am I lying about? Hello, cool gent. They don't. You can make one of those kind of pills. I'm gonna put you in a small place called. I'm gonna put you in a. You're now see now you're being petty. Now you're definitely being petty. So cool gent, cool gent. So you were over there in the stream, right, where AJ seeing red wanted to be sure I got the message, right? And I did notice that while you were over there with AJC and Red, and I know it's not a big deal to you, taking riches because riches is not a big deal, but I noticed you can ask questions, Great Britain. I noticed that while you were over there with AJC and Red, and he was in his emotional investment thing and calling Raining Woman a fake bee and all that, I noticed that you really didn't have any pushback. You really didn't have anything to say, and that's fine. But I just want you to know that as someone that has actually had a personal conversation with me, to not give any pushback or any comment at all. It's kind of suspect to me a little bit. You're welcome to stay, whatever. I don't have a problem with you, but Just want you to know I took note of that. Hey, Naima. Okay. So, what else I got? So I'm a bee, and after saying I'm a bee, and he's gonna keep his boots on the black woman's neck. Still not sure how that's going to affect me because I'm a black woman and I'm not. I mean, I just don't know how he could put his boot on my neck. Great Britain, why are you holding? Look, Great Britain, I am not even talking about you, Great Britain. So look, Great Britain. Now I'm talking to you. I'm not talking about you. I didn't even say anything else to you. I don't have anything to do with anything of that. If you have nothing to do with it, but nobody is stuck on you, Great Britain. So if you're leaving because you want to, but not because I'm beefing with you, dude. Okay? Now don't you leave here and go getting your fee-fees about something that ain't got nothing to do with you either. But now if you do, that is not Rainy Woman's bag. So have a peaceful night, afternoon, or whatever this is. So, I'm not affected. I'm not affected, AJC and Red. I'm not affected by you having boots on your on your slut's necks. I'm not affected. I'm not affected by you calling me a bee. I'm not affected. Um, I didn't lose any sleep over it. Uh, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm not going to try to prove you wrong. I don't even know how I would go about that, except I'm just going to continue to live my life and have some fun and have some entertainment and all of that. And I'm going to actually be cool. Like, for real, like, I'm going to be cool. So, hopefully, you will, look, I don't care. If you want to yell every time you say my name, if you want to yell, if you want to let everybody know that you think I'm a bee, if you want to let everybody know that you don't like my voice and I'm not all nice, whatever it is you guys want to say, you know what? You guys go right on ahead because you're not. I don't know how you don't get that. You're not affecting my life like that. The only thing that had a way to affect me is the slandering and the accusation of me hacking someone's stream. Okay, but I would still be challenging the masculinity in being anxious and being emotional about calling a woman out of her name simply because she did something that you did not agree with. You get it? I still don't get it. Because you didn't agree with it, your reaction, your emotional reaction is Raining Woman is a fake beat. And let me go in on her, and y'all better hear me. I think your emotional reaction is somehow supposed to stop me from doing something that might be BFF. And if that's your BFF, I challenge you all's ability to be in a real relationship with a grown individual, because what you don't understand is that you cannot control another grown individual. You can't control a grown individual in America, and you can't control a grown individual in Thailand. If your only ability to get respect from the opposite sex is to have some kind of power over them, where they cannot have any defense of any kind or any kind of pushback at all, that does not really make you operating in your masculine energy. That does not really make you a red pill, even. Sorry, not sorry. If you're not able to even have someone or have a woman or your woman to disagree with you or do something to your discontentment that does not cause any harm or is no direct disrespect to you without you getting into an emotional combustion, you're not really capable of having a healthy relationship with the opposite sex. You're really just not ready. You probably punch walls. You probably punch holes in walls. You probably have to yell and scream and call names and bash just to kind of get your point across. And that's not really helping to get your point across. And if you all are not being taught this in what is called the manosphere, I don't really understand how you're really being helped to be a man, much less a better man. If you respond and react emotionally to things and people that you should not have an emotional investment in, an emotional attachment to, how do you respond to the things that you do have or that you should have an emotional attachment to? And how can you not have your woman to over respond or overreact to things emotionally if you are the example of that continuously? If you are the leader and she is following you, you are not going to help balance out her emotions. You're not going to help stabilize her because you are as emotional, if not more emotional than her. And that is why it is important for you all to understand your divine masculinity and operating in that. That is why women are acting, the women around you are probably acting the way that they are around you. You have got to get in control of yourself. And to just say, this is my way of getting attention, this is my way of letting you guys know, keep my foot on your neck, is, in my opinion, a very lame excuse. How is that working for you? Because it doesn't look like, from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like it's working. But if it is working for you, why are you emotionally invested to the point of sound like you're about to cry in addressing Raining Woman? And Raining Woman has not even had a conversation with you. For all of my audience over here is actually my listeners are over 80% men. So for my male listeners, my male supporters over here, listen. First of all, I want you to know that it is very much important for you to be in control of your emotions. Everything is not going, just like with women, but I'm talking to the men. Everything is not going to be easy, no matter who you are, no matter how you look, no matter what you accomplish in life, no matter if you travel, no matter if you don't travel. Everything is not going to be easy in life. You will, you will encounter disappointment. You will encounter pushback. You will encounter rejection. You will encounter tragedy. You will encounter life not being fair. You will deal with a lot of unfairness. As a man, you will. On your best day, something could still go wrong. On your best day, something could still go wrong. And you can either respond to life or you can react to life. But it would serve you best as a man to respond to life than what it would to react to it. Some things in life will catch you off guard, and it may warrant a reaction. It might. Some things in life might actually warrant a reaction. And we can't really judge it too harshly by that. Like an unexpected death could cause a reaction. An unjust encounter with law enforcement could cause a reaction, could warrant a reaction. Walking into work one day after 10, 15 years of commitment, of excellence, of giving them your all and relying on them and being responsible, and walking in and unexpectedly finding out that you're being let go, that could warrant a reaction. But even in these times, the sooner you gain control of yourself to be able to respond and offset the reaction, the more clearly you will be able to assess and make your next move with a clear and logical mind. And even in war, that's actually was called for. You got to have a clear head and you got to be in control of your body too. You got to be master of yourself. And if you can't master yourself, and you can, let me tell you, you can master yourself. But if you're not working to master yourself, and therefore you're not already the master of yourself, if you can't do that, you won't master anything else around you. Nothing else is going to submit to you. If you have a problem with women submitting to you, chances are there are other things in life that does not submit to your will besides women. By the way, AJC and Red, this is no longer about you. I'm speaking to my actual audience. You have to be able to, for the men in my audience, whether you're catching the replay or you're here now, you have to be able to stand up to life, no matter what life dishes you. And from day to day, you don't know what life is going to dish you. And I'm not even going to say that it's not okay for men to cry. It's suggested that men cry in the dark. Definitely won't say don't cry because men do have emotions too, and you are allowed to have emotions. But your emotions should not run you. Your emotions should not control you. You should be, as men, women look to you to be in more control of your emotions than what they are. Women who are independent and are used to being independent and are used to relying on themselves and doing it all, even if they wanted to, they cannot submit to you, they cannot surrender to you if you don't prepare a place for them to do so. And the first way to prepare a place for them to do so is to show them that it's okay for them to be vulnerable. It's okay for them to break down by you not breaking down. See, as long as she watches you continue to malfunction and break down, she's not going to be able to not do so. Because somebody has to stand up. So you'll either both be down or she'll be the one that's always standing up. She'll be the one always looking and standing strong. She'll be the one. You have to let her know and let her see that she does not have to wear the pants. She does not have to stick her chest out because you're going to go wallow in the corner. You're going to cry every chance you get. You're going to act out with an emotional response. And an emotional response is not always crying, but it's being upset. And when you're upset, you yell ferociously rather than try to use logic. You yell to get your point across, to make people listen. And instead of people listening to you, they hear you. But what you're saying doesn't land. It has no power. If the only way as a man you feel powerful is if you yell and try to force your point, you're not really operating in real power. You're not operating in real masculine power. And women will not respect that. So even if you get vajay, it doesn't mean you're getting vajay because a woman respects you. You might be getting pity vajay. You might be getting lonely vajay. You might be getting desperate vajay. You might even be getting lust vajay. You might be getting lust vajay. But none of that means anything without respect vajay. For the men in my audience, for my listeners, bravado is false masculinity. If you don't have to beat your chest and say you're a man for a woman to respect you. If you have to constantly beat your chest, if you have to constantly announce what you do and who you are in order to get respect, you're not being respected. Not as a man. If they always yield your position in order to get respect, you're not being respected. You're not going to get respect. You're just going to be in a constant demand for respect. And people will say, well, that's just how he is. Oh, that's just how he is. Well, that's just how he is. But just because people give you a pass and say that's just how you are, it doesn't mean they respect you. It simply means they know that you're not going to do anything any different. It simply means they actually don't have any higher expectations of you. And if you're okay with living like that, that's fine. But don't expect the world to respond to you any differently because you're not showing up in a way to get different results. Let me go through the chat room and I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. So, let me go up and I'll come. No, I'll just come down. Control, alt, delete. Control your emotions. Alter your outlook. Delete negativity. Brother Rock, I love that. Jack Spade. When life hands you lemons, burn down life's whole property to the ground. That's funny. Whoa, I'm a born and breathed Brooklynite, so I'm in my own special category. Don't count me. Jack Spade. See, over, I'm upset. Well, you get unupset. Music. You think you're one of a special breed. You think you're one of a special breed. You think that you're his pet Pekingese. I bet you're savory. I'll be your savior, steadfast and true. I'll come to your emotional rescue, the Rolling Stones. Oh, okay. Jack Spade came in with the music. Out here punching fire extinguishers. Right. Wall punching. Exactly. Toasted oak, toasted oats, Quaker oats, honey oats, and even Holland oats. What are y'all talking about with all these oats? How can you hack the cash check in place? You can't. Sensitive like a sunburn, Paul. Did you have toasted oats in your studio? Jack Spade. Now I'm going to talk crap about Reg doing content from his kitchen because I once lived in a 550 square feet studio apartment. The kitchen was the only place with some elbow room. Oh, stop it. Again, Great Britain. I think he left, but um, you're allowed to ask questions, Great Britain, and you say you're not in that. I'm not putting you in that. Please don't run off thinking that I'm putting you in something that you're not. Okay, you're good, Great Britain. I'm surprised that you're over here, but you've been here before. But you're good. Let's see here. Anybody else? I'm gonna put you in a small place called kitchen. Shut up, Silva. Do they have a red, black, green pill? I think I'm caught up on the chat room now. Okay, yeah, I am. So, all right. So I'm caught up on the chat room. Everyone, that is a wrap. Those are my thoughts on this manosphere topic about raining woman being fake, having a fake voice. Um, what else? Being talked about behind the scenes. Oh, by the way, everyone, by the way, see, Ova actually has a woman in real life. He actually has a woman that's not on YouTube. So Raining Woman is not see Ova's woman. Raining Woman is see Ova's petty babe, which actually started from our names being in their conversation over on Reg the Bad Guy's channel, and we took it up and made fun of it, made light of it, and used it for our entertainment, satire, and sarcasm. Okay? Okay. Um, yeah. And Raining Woman actually does have a person of interest of her own. So, this Petty Bay is Petty Bay. We really have our own lives, really have real business um, going on outside of here. We actually have lives. And so you really ought to be careful again about how you put things out there because you don't know is You don't know how what you saying being irresponsible, what kind of effect it can have on somebody's life, and that's being reckless. But hey, that's coming from a woman's perspective, right? A woman that you don't talk to, but you talk about. I bet you think this chat is about you. I bet you think this chat is about you. I bet you think this chat is about you, about you, about you. What am I going to take us out with?
Yo, check this out, you free mother. Check these stolen credit cards. Switch the locks to all my doors. You thought my heart would be destroyed. Look around, something should've known. You know when you didn't know you spoke. I makes my door and this one shook, you know. You know you should've let you know. When you sue me, I'm gonna be broke, you know. You know, until you bring me down, easy. You shit that you stick is real steel. Before I need you, I hope you don't matter. You ain't always anyway, you wanted to be there.
Oh, you know what? There's something else I want to say before I end my stream. Listen, if Raining Woman wants your attention, Raining Woman knows how to get a man's attention. If Raining Woman wants your attention, Raining Woman is going to let you know that she wants your attention. So if Raining Woman has not told you that she wants your attention, Raining Woman was not seeking your attention. Now, I understand if you're not probably used to someone being able to have that kind of approach, because maybe you haven't dealt with a real woman like that. Because, see, real women know that pursuit goes two ways. And real women not afraid to let it be known if she check-ins for you. So none of you over there that said that when women need your validation, none of you got an invitation or none whatsoever to Raining Woman. Raining Woman never wrote a checking for you. Okay? Okay. You don't even qualify. You don't even meet the basic standards for Raining Woman to send you an invite of any kind. Okay? Okay? I have a standard. I have a standard sure as fire flunk don't meet mine. Okay? But I am a direct shooter. I'm a sharp shooter. I'm a straight shooter. Raining Woman do grown women stuff. She will shoot her shot. And she don't go, I still go out with me. Mom, you want to go out with me. I just can't believe you want to go out with me. I just can't believe it. These things ain't shit. Yeah, I can't believe it. All these niggas want, they just want these thoughts. These niggas they want hoes. They don't want a Raining Woman. Oh my God. They want me because I hit the wall. I can't believe it. I can't believe they don't want me. I don't know why they don't want me. I'm too dark. I'm too dark skin. You don't like dark skin women. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. You don't like me. You don't like me. Oh my God. They don't like me. They don't like me no more. They don't like me. I don't do that shit. I don't do that. Oh my God. These things ain't shit. These things ain't shit. These things ain't shit. My breast ain't big enough. My booty too big. My booty too little. I got big feet, small feet. They don't like me. No, not gonna do it. He won't take me to the moon. I even offered to pay. He don't want to give me. He want to give me his resources. I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm too short. My legs ain't long enough. My leg, uh-uh. Ain't doing it. So okay, okay. I need help me. Okay, okay, help me. Somebody come catch this knot. Somebody come catch this knot running down my nose. Give me tissue. Mm, I ain't correct nobody. I ain't gonna try for my idea. Let me know. Let me find out how many men there are in the world currently. Let's see here. Let's do a Google search. Well, you know what? Let me just start. I haven't gone through everybody in Houston yet. How many men? How many? Oh, you know what? I haven't gone through every black man. How many black men? How many black men? How many black men are in Houston? Are in Houston, Texas. 42, let's say 42, 60 years old. Let's just hit Houston. According to the demographics, as of July 2019, let's see here. What does the census say? The population for 2016 was 2.2 million. So let's see, it looks like there are 518,678 African American slash American Black people in the Houston area. And for men, that would make of 56.7%. Hold on, that are in houses. Oh, a nice education range. Yeah, so I would not be like that. Um, so now that's just the Houston area. So, I won't be like, I won't check for you and then you reject me and then I'll be like, well, I'm just not going to I'm not going to accept anything from anybody else, and I'm not going to try to shoot my shot I'm not going to wink my eye at anybody, because Rainy Woman will wink her eye, y'all. I have a winking eye. I will wink my eye. Yes, I will. So you wasn't checking for me, and Rain and Woman sure in hellfire was not checking for y'all. Okay. So about me needing or wanting your validation, when raining, I will let you know. I will let you know when I want you to check for me. Okay. I will give you a choosing signal that'll be so clear, so bold, because I don't fear rejection. fear rejection, and I've been accepted, and I accept myself. So back to Wellery.
We're JJ back and we're here to rock. Rhymes like ours never be stopped. See, three of us and I will refresh. Non-stop time, the Dead Sea, the J is for just the M's for fresh A-N-D death. Behind the turntables is DJ Train. Mixing and scratching is the name of the game. Now, people, it's not real hard, it's plain and simple, baby.
to spell my name right. And right then and there, we can straighten it out because I don't give a damn about he said, she said. Because one day I might not laugh. You got a big mouth. Big mouth, big mouth. Big mouth, big mouth. Big. That you got a big mouth. What they talking about? Because between me and you. But you never tell Sharon. Just like a wheelbarrow. Take out the words. Now the whole damn room is spread around. Because you never should have opened your mouth at all to make this call. You got a big mouth, a big mouth. Hey, a big mouth. You got a big mouth. A big mouth, a big mouth. You mad? Why you mad, son? You mad? Why you mad, son? Why you mad, son? You mad? I'm mad too. We all mad. And every time I see you up to no good, you're just like a snake crawling on the ground. You spread her around. Start spreading lies. Been victimized. You may stop for a while, then you add it again. You always got to have the last word. They call your mouth almighty, rich ever mighty. Unless something's happening. No more than a minute, but you always got to have your 2 cents in it. This jam's for you. Something else you can run and go tell your crew. But we also made it big enough to fit in your mouth. A big mouth. You got a big mouth. A big mouth. A big mouth. You got a big mouth. Mouth. Almighty word. A big mouth. A big mouth. Well, now, wasn't that fun? Thank you all for coming over to my place. Appreciate you. Everyone have yourself a great afternoon. And for all of you lurking somewhere in the sky between the clouds, you know, clouds, eyes, clouds. Yeah, or bush, eyes, bush. Yeah, well, we thank you too. And whether or not you get the like button or the dislike button or no button at all, we really don't care because just not going to do it to you. It still counts in the views. Peace.